Hello YouTubers! Today I just wanted to show off my Xbox 360 collection. I just recently ordered a new Xbox One, so I just wanted to take some time and show you guys my Xbox 360 games, because I recently found out that there was no more games I wanted to play on that system, so that's why I bought the new Xbox. Anyway, let's just start. I have a lot of games, so I think I'll do two videos. One with yeah, I'll just do two videos. So let's just start with one of the best games on the 360, Alan Wake. I really like this game. It's like an action adventure game or whatever with guns, and it's very simple, but it's also very fun, and that's why I like it. It's just an maybe a survival horror. I don't know. It's not really. I can't really remember, but it's a really good game, and I really recommend it. Also, the sequel, which was only a digital release, is okay, I think, but I really like this one better, and I really hope that Remedy is gonna make a sequel. Right now, of course, they're making a new game, but let's hope for a sequel on this one. And next up is Assassin's Creed. Not much to say. Most people who have a Xbox probably played this game at some point. Not much to say about it. I like it. I liked the game when it came out, and it was fun. And that's why I also played Assassin's Creed 2. I waited a little while to get this complete edition, but I was well happy. It's a really good game, Assassin's Creed 2. Yeah. And an even better game is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which is the sequel to Assassin's Creed 2, and there was another sequel, I think Revelations or something. Didn't really get that, but this one was the best Assassin's Creed I probably played. I also recently played Black Flag, but that, yeah, it was really good. It was probably better than Assassin's Creed 2, but this one is still the best. Next up is another really good game, Batman Arkham Asylum. I think they really nailed it with this game. The sequels were really good too, but this was just, I don't know, it was just really good. I think Batman Arkham City was too big, and Arkham Origins was not there. I don't know why, but it wasn't there. But this one was really great, and I'm really looking forward to playing the new Batman Arkham Knight, I think it's called, on the Xbox One. So next up is, of course, Arkham City and Arkham Origins. Both good games. I just prefer Arkham Asylum, and it's just, I like the limited space of the game. I prefer a limited space instead of the open world of Arkham City and Arkham Origins. Anyway, now to something completely different, and we got Banjo-Kazooie. Not a lot to say about this one. I was a big supporter of the Nintendo 64, but I never really played the Banjo games. So I just wanted to play a Banjo game at some point. I also bought the re-releases on the 360 as a digital. But yeah, not a lot to say about this. I really got tired of it quickly. The mechanics of building your own vehicles and stuff like that was fun, but not like a game worth doing on it. But still. Now for probably, I don't know if it's my favorite game on the 360, but it's really close. Just the atmosphere is just amazing on this one. Can't really recommend it enough. If you haven't played it, just do it, because everything about this game is great. So BioShock, please play it. And I'm actually one of the few people who actually loved BioShock 2 also. They nailed the atmosphere, and the game was still a lot of fun, so I don't see why people didn't like it that much. Yeah, for me, the main point of Bioshock is the atmosphere, and they really got that one down. We're just gonna, yeah. So I really like Bioshock 2. Maybe this one is Bioshock Infinite is also really, really great. Not as good as the first Bioshock, but pretty close. And when you get into the DLC, the Buried at Sea DLC, you really get a connection between the two games, and I really love that. I really love the last part where you find out that, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a connection, and I really, really, really loved it. And I had to change the cover because I really like this cover a lot better than the other cover it came with. They gave me a chance to change it, and I took it. Then we got Borderlands, Game & VR Edition. There was a lot of talk about Borderlands, and I thought I should play it. I didn't really like it. It wasn't my kind of game. It was just too much of a loot fest, and I'm not into that. So I like exploring in open world games, and maybe you could do that too, but it felt more like a shooter and a loot game, and it wasn't my kind of game. I think this is the only game I have that has classics on it. I don't really like that. I like the the real cover. Then we got Call of Duty 4, which I liked. I'm not a big Call of Duty fan, and I haven't really gotten any of the big Call of Duty games ever since there was the whole debacle with Infinity Ward. So this is my only Infinity Ward Call of Duty, and the only other game I got was World at War, which I actually liked a lot and played a lot of it, but really not my kind of game. So it is, but not that much. Anyway, again, completely different genre. Civilization Revolution. Just haven't really played any Civilization games, so I wanted to try it, and it was cool, but wasn't really for me. I actually played Civilization 5 later, and it was a much better game. I really like that a lot more, but it's still a really cool game. So if you like Civilization, it's good. Then we got Condemned, one of the original Xbox 360 games. I think it was a release title. I just recently got to play it because I found an old Xbox 360 in the trash with this game, so I actually got to play it. And if you want to watch me test out that old Xbox 360, you can check that out in another video. Anyway, this one is really good. The thing is, the CD was scratched, so I couldn't really play it all. It kind of broke up, and not all the textures was loading in the end of the game, so couldn't really finish it, but really liked it. Then we got Crysis 2. I also have the original Crysis on the 360, but there was no. It was only a digital release, so yeah, I can't show that. Anyway, I actually got the really big edition with a backpack and a figure and everything. I think I had the figure right here. Can show it. It was really cool. I only bought it because it was like $1 more for the whole thing, and like $1 less for just the game. So I had to just buy the big box. It was really cool. It was on a sale, so that was cool. And because I played the two first ones, I had to play the third one. I didn't really get into the multiplayer a lot, but I got into it a lot more than I did in Call of Duty. And I had fun in it, so that means something. Then we got Dante's Inferno. This has been a long time since I played this game. Can't really remember a lot about it, other than I had a lot of fun. And if they made a sequel, I would definitely play it, because it was really a lot of fun. So please make a sequel to this, or something in this genre. Genre. Can't really say it. Too Danish. Then we have Dark Sector. Not really much to say about it. It was a fun action game. A really early release on the 360, and I had fun playing it. I completed it. I completed most of my games, I think. Yeah, I can't really remember because it's been so long since I played it. But it was fun. At least I remember that. Then next up, this game. Also a very old game, but really, really fun. You have the arms, the snake arms, and the shooting, and the story is just really good. So this comes with the recommendation from me. So please play The Darkness. It was really a cool game. The Darkness 2, on the other hand, not as good, but still, it was still pretty good, but not as good as the original. Can't really say much more about it. I just played through it, and that was that. Didn't really think too much about it. Let's just align them. Then we have Dead Space. I'm not really much into survival horror games, but this one was so much fun. I didn't really get scared in the whole game, except for the last scene they made. Just gave me a shock, but that was it. It wasn't that scary, I think, but it was a lot of fun, and I really liked the weapons in it. So, yeah, it comes with a recommendation from me, and so does the sequel, Dead Space 2. Also really good. Not as good as the original, but still really, really good. Just more of the same, and a lot of fun to be had. I haven't played the third one, because I just heard it was multiplayer, a lot of multiplayer, and I'm not really that into that. I prefer single-player games to multiplayer games. Anyway, we got Dead Rising. I didn't really get into it. It wasn't that fun to me. I don't like time restriction on games, and there was just too much like time management, and I really don't like that. I like to do it at my own pace. Then we got Deus Ex: Human Revolution, Nordic Edition. Doesn't know what that means, but yeah, it's a really good game. I'm not really into sneaky games, but you could play it any way you liked. So I think I just shot my way through it and tried to sneak a little. Yeah, I didn't really play the original because I'm more of a console player or gamer, so didn't really get into that. But I really liked it, and I probably play the sequel, which is out soon. Okay, then we have Doom 3. I really liked it until it just broke on me. The game just didn't want to load a scene after an elevator. I think it was a common problem. So yeah, it sucks. I hope that at one point I can put this into my Xbox One, download the digital, get my old save, and just keep on playing. But I don't think that will happen. But I'm really hoping that, because I really want to complete the game, especially when the new Doom is coming out. Oops. Okay, next up, probably the best best game on the 360. I don't know. This was the game I played maybe 300 hours on. I can't really recommend it enough. This and Skyrim is just my two favorite games on the 360. Probably 600 hours between those two I played. I don't really buy new games, but when I played this, I had to buy the next Bethesda game day one, which was Skyrim. I had to buy it day one because I knew I would get my money's worth. I'm going to do that with Fallout 4 in 2 months. So I'm really looking forward to Fallout 4 in 2 months. So please buy Fallout 3, which you actually get free with the Fallout 4 if you buy it like in the release period, which is pretty cool. I didn't really spend that much time in Fallout New Vegas. I prefer like when Bethesda makes the game. I didn't really think it was that. Yeah, it was probably more like the original Fallout games, which I didn't really play. I tried playing the first one, but I don't know. I just prefer Fallout 3 to Fallout New Vegas. I just feel like it's more exploring and less story. I don't know. I really liked Fallout 3, and Fallout New Vegas was not as good to me. Okay, next up is Far Cry 2. Really like this game. I don't know, pretty cool. just driving around. I like the open world. I like the exploration. It was fun. It was quite simple, and yeah, it was just a good game. And when they made Far Cry 3, they made an even better game. And yeah, just I loved finding all the stuff and finding all the treasures and the hidden stuff, going around and exploring. I really liked that in a game, and that's why I really like Far Cry 3. I think I want to play Far Cry 4, but I'm not sure yet. At one point I'll probably play it, but not yet. Okay, my first Final Fantasy game. I've always been a Nintendo player, or Nintendo nerd, whatever. But I never really played Final Fantasy because Final Fantasy wasn't that big in Europe until it got on the PlayStation. So you can't really find any Final Fantasy games, or couldn't find any Final Fantasy games before like Final Fantasy VII got really popular. So yeah, this was my first time I got to play a Final Fantasy game, and I actually thought it was okay. I didn't really see what it was about, but it was still fun. And it was a long, slow game, repetitive, yeah, frustrating at some point. Didn't like it that much, but it was okay. The sequel, 13-2, I got up to the last boss and I just quit after maybe trying to kill the last boss like 10 times in a row, and I just didn't want to play anymore. So I lost my Final Fantasy hype around this game. I'm not gonna play another Final Fantasy unless Final Fantasy 15 gets a really good review. I don't know. Next up is Fuel of War, just a plain old shooter. Pretty fun. Not a lot to say about it, but I liked it when I played, and it's been a long time, so I can't really tell anything about it other than it was pretty fun at the point. Okay, next up we got some classics. We got Gears of War and Gears of War 2 and Gears of War 3. Not a lot to say about these games that haven't already been said. All are really good games, and this is good, this is better, and this is probably the best, and not a lot more to say about it. I don't think I want to play the re-release or the remake of it, just because I'm not really then into remakes. It's not an old game, so I don't really see the point in remaking it, but still, it's really good. So if you haven't played it, buy it on the Xbox One. I have the limited edition on this one. Can't remember what it came with. Probably some map packs and some other stuff. Not gonna unbox it or anything. Yeah, and then I got the last Xbox Gears of War game, Xbox 360 Gears of War game, Judgment, it was okay. It was just more of the same and not really that special, but fun. And if you like Gears of War, you like this one too. So play it if you want to. And then, because I'm not much of a PC player, I actually never played Half-Life or Half-Life 2. So I was really happy when this came out, and I really loved Half-Life 2. Episode 1 and 2 was also great. Portal was amazing. Didn't really get into Team Fortress, but yeah, just the whole package is just amazing. Just a really great game, if you can call it that. Just some really great games on this package. Yeah, Half-Life 2 was just worth it. And Portal 2 made it amazing. So if you haven't got this one, please buy it. So I think that was part 1 of this video. I'm gonna do another one with the rest of my games. Probably next week, I don't know. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you another time. Thank you.